Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the Parkour podcast. We're going to be talking about what is so funny. We're going to be talking about some stuff that you might be interested in because
parkour. It's
you're in the
parkour. It's
parkour
all
community.
parkour.
That's pretty much.
It's literally only parkour.
That's the summary of it. So we're going to start off by talking about Jumpcraft and basically how it completely just killed the parkour community.
Well, okay, I wouldn't say that yet. I would say it kind of made the parkour community very popular.
It made it, but then it
made the core community very popular. Yeah, it kind of ruined parkour in the same way.
It made it, but it also killed it.
When would you say that Jumpcraft? What would you say is like the most cogent point in Jumpcraft history that ruined parkour?
Like, I'd say XI.
XI? Yeah, but also no. I would say X as well. Well, not really.
Also X.
Well, yeah, I would actually. Yeah, X ruined it.
Yeah, honestly,
it's just like... Well, okay, so like... X is like... It's not a good rank up. I mean, it is. People would say that it's like a legendary rank up, but we all know that it sucks.
Yeah.
Because like... Well,
literally, Poe Henrymon had a gigantic list of coordinates that just made it way easier.
He literally had his notepad out, and he was like, all right, now I got XI. It's like, come on.
Yeah, you got people like that, and then you have like actual people that just grind out those bad ticks until they finally make it.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later. I'd say that, okay, just the core design of X is like what ruined parkour, because
because it's like a bunch of fail-safe sections. And then in between the fail-safe sections, there's non-fail-safe sections. And then there's a sky. And let me tell you something about the sky. Skies are what actually killed the inside of me, but also parkour. Because every single course now has a sky on it. And the skies are just getting gigantic.
Yeah, it's gotten to
and they're all life or death.
It's so many rank ups love having life or death sections that are just getting longer and longer. Like, okay, anyone who's played Colorcraft Gray, it's like there's these long, kind of difficult, there's like 16 failsafe sections. So that means that there's 17 life or death sections. One of them being sky at the end, and then multiple in between. It's like they're all difficult.
I don't know if there's 17 life or death sections, but there's a lot.
Okay, maybe not. I haven't gotten through it because I'm too lazy to actually play the whole thing. But like, you get so many rank ups that are just like, like so many players love having really long rank ups. But like, let's be honest. Does anyone actually like the feeling of like failing on transition 7 and just being like, well, gotta restart?
It's a continuous cycle of you feeling terrible about yourself. And then for like 5 minutes, you're like, yes, I beat it, I did it, I'm the winner. And then you're like, oh.
Time to move on to the next one, because nobody cares. They just say GG in chat and go along with their grind.
That's also basically what parkour is all about. It's just feeding your own ego.
I feel like all of parkour is just filled with like narcissism. And like a bunch of people really wanting to be, like, that's why like... Jumpcraft, actually, this is something that Jumpcraft did, and I've never thought of really, is like just the Roman numeral ranking system is really a good idea because it, like, even though it doesn't accurately assess like the actual skill of a player in like parkour in general,
it gives you a rough estimate.
Well, not just that, but like any player who like. Well, every server now, every parkour server that like comes from the general Jumpcraft community has to have rank ups, and has to have some like way of identifying. Oh, this person's on like a 2 or 3 levels higher than this person, so they're automatically better. And like I guess that kind of forces people to come and play on your server, and like, because like if it's just a bunch of parkour,
they're the best.
Yeah, like nobody comes on and plays a parkour server just to say like, alright, I'm going to get some coins, I'm going to buy this cool skin. It's like no one's going to see your skin, but if you're talking in chat and you have like that XII next to your name, you're going to like feel good about yourself, you know?
Yeah, like that's literally, I tried to farm for cyan chat color for like 2, I think it was like 2 hours per day. I did that for like at least like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a
What was
month.
this on Jumpcraft?
Yeah, on Jumpcraft, and it was just the biggest waste of my time, just so I could have a cyan chat color in a block game.
Dude. Yeah, I guess like grinding has just become like, I don't know, like, yeah, everyone in parkour loves to grind, including the rank ups, because it's like, oh, I failed.
It's literally just like autism at its finest.
Exactly. Really, autism is kind of at a very high rate in the parkour community.
I feel like the autism rate for like Minecraft versus games like Fortnite, like the normie games, I feel like the autism rate for Minecraft is literally like 10 times higher.
Well, anyone over the age of like 16, aka us,
a lot more higher chance
definitely has autism.
Like, I personally have autism, just because I'm saying that because like pretty much I haven't told my YouTube channel that yet, but I do, and something about those blocks just really makes me feel
the
good
way they
inside.
fit together is really nice.
It's just, it clicks, you know.
Anyway, so I don't know, what else was there?
Jumpcraft, it's terrible. Not to mention the owner is an actual asshat.
She's so bad, dude.
She really is.
It's like I've been banned for 4 years now. Or yeah, I'm on my 4th year because I said like one thing to her that she didn't like 4 years ago. And then like when I bypass like 2 years later, she's like, "Huh, you know what? I'll just say that's the reason why I ban you." No, I literally, okay, go on, yeah.
Yeah, when I got banned the first time, I've made like 2 or 3 legit, like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, and actual like good logic, good writing and everything. Just no response, just completely doesn't do anything
it's such
about
an issue. It's like, did she see it? Did she just not? I guess I'll write another one. But like, I feel like everyone's been banned from.
Once you get banned from Jumpcraft and like give up on the thought of ever getting back to it, you're just like,
unless you pay her like $30.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can tell that she's such a money greedy actual like whore is because she's like bribing people. She unbanned you for giving her like a bunch of Weebcraft courses. She says she'll unban Entity Wolf if he makes like 30 courses and gives them to her.
Yeah. And like, then she just bans me anyway
she literally
because another person.
She used to sell unbans if you used to donate. And the thing is, here's the funny part. I donated to this charity with Captain's money, and then I ended up refunding it. But there was no proof that I had refunded it. And Serena still didn't unban me, even though she's literally just like lying. She's the worst possible owner.
Yeah. It's like, she picks her favorites, and then even sometimes her favorites get banned, and she's
Captain
just like,
Barbecue on Jumpcraft was like, he spent so much money on it that he just never got banned, and he did so much shit that was ban worthy on that server. Speaking of Captain, a lot of people, he's not actually dead, for everyone that's freaking out.
AKA no one.
Yeah, no. A lot of people were actually like freaking out over it.
But I mean, I never saw this. So, like, I'll just take you on your word, but I never saw a single person be like, "Oh no."
Yeah, A7 posted in the parkour community Discord that Captain killed himself, and basically everyone just went apeshit. Even though, and they said that like after they thought he was dead, they said that he was such a great person, like all this good stuff about him. When in reality, like, before he supposedly killed himself, like, everyone was, like, saying that he's, like, this edgy kid who needs to kill himself.
I mean, like, I've always wanted to try that, just, like, faking my own suicide to see people's reaction. Because, everyone,
because if you actually
once you're gone, people will pretend that they actually cared about you.
That's, like, the whole idea of leaving your legacy behind by killing yourself, is, like, people make a big deal about it, but you can never see it because you're dead.
Exactly. Like, that's kind of the catch-22 of suicide.
Exactly. But I mean,
totally would have done it by now if I could go into like spectator mode, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, same. Alright. Please don't call the mental police on us. Alright, well, let's move on to the next topic. Colorcraft. Maintaining a shit player base. Yeah, that's kind of true. It just makes...
Way to just read the notes out.
There's so many... Okay, no. But there's so many courses that are just so long, and they have a sky, and they have fail-safe sections, and they have non-fail-safe sections. Just a copy of the X rank up, right?
Yeah. Like, the rank up format
and
has been so mutilated.
And it's
like,
it's
here's
making,
the thing. There's this
oh my
mentality.
God.
Sorry, but there's this mentality. Skyhawk, when I was making Weebcraft, he was like, yeah, can you make like XVI, the next rank up, be like 30 minutes long at least to like a speed run of it? I'm just like, dude, are you serious? And then you get to servers that are like, I don't know, there was this one server where rank up 1 literally took me 15 minutes to beat without failing. It's like, are you actually kidding me? And they were all easy jumps. It was just so ridiculously long. It's like, no player... Okay, that's the problem with servers, is like, when they make the rank ups this long, it's just, like, nobody wants to actually do that, except for, like, the tryhards who are already in the community. Shouldn't we be, like, trying to get people into the, like, parkour community? Like, with some, like, good parkour that's actually playable and fun? Yeah. And not just, like, sweaty tryhard grinding long rank ups.
What parkour should be is small. It should be small, fail-safe sections. But the problem with that is it's not like big, so you can't see it all from like one place, and it can't be like a big theme and stuff. That's how
you totally could. You totally could make the big theme. All you have to do is have like little like checkpoints that you reach, and then just have some plugin that marks where you are, and you can just make this giant. Because like on Pixel Jumps, they were actually working on something before he shut it down. They were making like a giant adventure type parkour that was kind of like just fail-safed or like decently long sections. But then once you got to past that section,
and of course you can make different difficulties for the different themes. It would probably fix parkour, like how shitty it is right now. It would fix it, and like, nobody's doing it because Colorcraft has made so many courses that just follow the same pattern of copying X that like people have ingrained it in their brains that like, oh, that's what parkour is. I'm gonna if anything's different, I'm gonna hate it because, you know. Yeah,
it's like, why can't we have a rank up that just like there's a final section that like has maybe a difficult jump in it, but it's like not life or death. Can we stop with skies? Seriously.
The skies. I mean, maybe like a sky that if you fail it, it takes you back to your last checkpoint. Maybe that's like longer than the previous checkpoint was. But you shouldn't lose all your progress.
Yeah, I think a sky that like brings you back to maybe like the halfway point of the rank up would be like the absolute worst, depending on like the difficulty.
Let's say that the sky ticks, like you have to do like a head hitter. Like X Sky had like a couple double Neos with head hitters.
Right.
So like, it's literally luck based whether you make it or fail it. So don't you think that should be a little less of like you just fail and go all the way back to the beginning? And the fact that we copied such a shitty rank up into every single parkour course is just like it's kind of mind-boggling to me how people are still wanting and playing the same type of parkour. It's so dumb.
Yeah. Well, the problem is there's not much competition for servers. Right now we have, Colorcraft or Jumpcraft, and half the people are banned from Jumpcraft, so they just got to come play Colorcraft.
There's also World Parkour Maker. People should totally play more on that.
Guys, please play that server. It's actually, like, the best parkour server.
The plugins are great. There's just nobody playing on it. That's the problem.
Yeah. It's like,
I literally...
Everyone flocks to one server.
If I could kill Colorcraft, I would do it.
Yeah. I think once Project Omega comes out, that could potentially fix parkour, because you see that like Colorcraft is under the Project Omega domain, and if like they made like multiple servers that were connected to each other under the single Omega domain, like you just join Project Omega, you click it, and then like say have like a Hypixel lobby where you select minigames, you can just select servers.
That would be pretty lit.
That would actually be kind of cool. Because then the parkour community would actually be like a community. But like Serena would not allow like Jumpcraft to be part of that.
Yeah, Serena's always
she'd be like, all right, where's the money? How am I getting paid for this?
Yeah.
You like go to the menu and it's just like all these free servers, and then Jumpcraft is under like a $5.99 paywall.
Yeah.
It's like you have to pay to access it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what would happen if that were to be a thing. Dude.
Yeah.
Omega has the potential, but not only because it's like story based, so like it kind of gives it like a plot. You know, like the appeal of anime is like that it has kind of like a plot going on.
Yeah.
But it kind of doesn't have like a purpose, doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Well, parkour
Yeah,
kind of
once you're
makes you
done
feel
playing.
good about yourself. So
Yeah.
like when you mix plot and parkour, I feel like it has the chance to actually, because like Windcraft was like, it was adventure and plot. But if you if you have plot and parkour, then for the people that love doing parkour instead of like adventure games, then
The issue is like, depending on how Project Omega is made, imagine like you go through like a bunch of plot and then you get to the end of a rank up and suppose it's like the same format. It's like, imagine if rank up X had plot and then you get to Sky and it's like the grand finale and then you fail it and it's like, great, now I gotta go back through this story. It's like, no one wants to, rewatch.
yeah, that's
their,
why
like,
that's why
anime.
I'm pretty sure Project Omega isn't gonna have like skies over like large.
No,
amounts
I
of
don't
sections.
think. I think if they're smart, they will not have like. I think, honestly, it would make so much sense if they had like the checkpointing system that we were talking about, like an official checkpoint that you
Yeah,
can just
we
go
kind
back
of just
to.
have to hope for the best. You should totally suggest that to them though.
Yeah, get in and just be like, yo, you gotta make it actually like playable
Yeah.
and not shit. But yeah, I don't know. What are some other servers that are like,
There's
there.
Timolia. It has great plugins, right? But it's
I mean,
in German.
Yeah. Like, I would have no idea. Every time I try to, like, every month, I'd say I try to join Timolia again, and then I get angry and just.
There's
leave
literally a
because
/language English command,
Really?
but it doesn't do anything.
Oh, I was like, wait a second, have I been doing this wrong? But okay.
Yeah, so it's hard you can't get into it, but it has great plugins. Like, it literally has plugins that prevent you from using a macro that makes you turn, so you can do 45 strafes. But it lets you do that
really?
in, like, practice. Like,
Oh my
their
gosh.
plugin system is actually amazing.
Well, German engineering, but they can't fucking translate the language.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's the problem.
come on, guys.
And then you have servers like SpinCore with have like no plugins whatsoever. And like it's kind of like, in order for a server to be popular, and the SpinCore owner has kept his server up for so long, and there's a reason it hasn't gained popularity, and that singular reason is that there's no plugins or like it's not enjoyable. It's just vanilla parkour.
Yeah.
We've done that before in like 2012, like when people made maps,
Yeah, I feel like, there's a certain point in parkour, like, people aren't gonna play your server if there's no like way to. Okay, I haven't played SpinCore that much. Is there a way to like see the rank or relative skill of any player?
No,
Okay, then yeah. Do people play it at all, really?
not really. Wolf does, and he makes
okay.
videos on it. But that's
But, like,
about it.
It doesn't.
And it's not that bad parkour is the thing, but there's the problem that it's just so bad of a server, like
Yeah.
it's made bad.
I think like player accessibility is so demanded now in Minecraft. I think if it was like a 2012 server, people do not mind playing on something that's a little bit jank if it's something new. But like, nothing is new in Minecraft anymore. It has to be like really well presented and like well made. And especially in parkour, nothing is new. Like, most people who know about parkour know it through Hypixel housing, I'd say.
That's true.
And like, if you've ever played those, it's just the same jumps / non-jumps.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, all right, maze section.
Hypixel
Great.
housing, it had potential, but it's just so janky. Like, there's so many problems with it.
Yeah.
You can just
But, I mean, it's
cheat
Hypixel,
if a builder
so it's
comes
still-
on, and like
Yeah.
tons of other stuff. It's just no good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
Well, how long have we been going now?
we're at 19 minutes, but we should just keep going until we.
Alright, so we have nothing left to say, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, moving on, I guess. There's like, Jumpcraft kind of spawned. Jumpcraft has been such a good and bad thing to the community. Like, the Kairo, he kind of like became the figurehead. Like, so many people looked up to him.
Yeah,
But also,
I
like-
did. I did.
Yeah,
back-
I did too. Everyone looked up to him because they're like, "Oh my god, this guy can like run up the pain tower without
This
stopping.
guy can
He's
do
a
a
god."
quad neo. What? I can't
Yeah,
even do
and
a
then,
triple neo.
June of 2017, the video drops on the quad neo. It's like, uh-oh.
Everyone's like, "Uh oh, is Kairo a hacker man?" I hope.
Yeah,
not.
but then people like see the evidence and they're like, no, I'm sure there's some way he did it that's legit.
The thing is,
and then there's the like
a lot of the parkour people on Jumpcraft, they thought they did not want to believe it. Like there were so many people that were bashing me for making that post on the forums that was just like saying he wasn't legit. I got so much hate for that. But the thing is, he literally wasn't legit.
There is this phenomenon where if you try to attack someone that's like perceived as better than you, and you try to bring down a figurehead, you're either going to... It can only go one way or the other. Like, you either become vilified, or the person who was originally, like, lauded will just be fucking dropped in the dirt, and then you become, like, this god who exposed the person that everyone was worshipping.
Yeah.
And it kind of fell in between right now.
Yeah, like, that's how I feel. I feel like I fell in between that.
I feel like a lot of people do trust you as your as like a good player, but then like Kairo still has like some people who are like, nah, I still think there was a way he did it. I don't know how, like, and I don't know how to do parkour, but I think he's legit. When
any type of controversy comes out, literally, pretty much every person has the power to like end the controversy. Like Kairo, he tried to make that video on him, like on how replay mod, like he used replay mod to make it look like how he flied on during the Quadnia. When literally all he would have to do to actually prove he's legit is just release a video of him doing a quad neo, which he never did. And
like if he was able to beat XI and he was able to do a quad neo, like on a non-fail-safe section, back when like R9 would bring you back to like R6 or something, he obviously was good enough at it to just sit down for like 10 minutes and just like record and release a video and be like, I did it legit, guys.
There's so much proof that he wasn't legit.
But there was the defense that Serena was telling him he could not release how to do it. Which, I mean, going back to the idea that Serena was kind of funding him in a way, or just kind of using him as this thing to draw people into Jumpcraft, like get the allure of the server, having like this god.
I don't know. I feel like
I totally think there was some collaboration between
them. But then
he
disappeared. So like, if that really was what happened, then why did he disappear? Is the question.
I don't know. I mean, this is the first... We are actually at, like, kind of a tipping point in Jumpcraft history, because there was never, for the longest time, nobody was farther than Kairo in any of the rank ups, but now we have people on M4.
Well, Kairo also left, yeah. So, like,
yeah, I know,
people
but, like,
started passing him because of, like...
Yeah. But we also don't see, like, these figures getting as much, like, god-tier status. Like, Rex doesn't get... I think nearly as much attention or like notoriety as Kairo did.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far he is in arcade or whatever.
People on Jumpcraft that are like super far, like Skeeple and people like that, they like they're approaching what the skill level that Kairo claimed to be. So if Kairo was just going to keep on bumping up his skill level, then that's kind of unrealistic to think that Kairo was legit the whole time.
It is also back to the idea of, like, was Kairo more skilled? Because we don't know, did he play with, like... So, are these players actually skilled or not? Because they're just using a bunch of coordinates. Like, sure, it takes a long time to get coordinates, but, like, if Kairo... let's just say, out of some pure imagination, Kairo was legit.
Yeah.
There's no way he would have had the time to go through in the short amount of time. Like, he beat XI in a week. There's no way he would have had the time to do that unless he had
coordinates.
Yeah, that would require the most pure skill and luck, as shown by like that one video.
Yeah.
But
that amazing god tier video that actually just exposed parkour for being shit.
Yeah. I guess we should talk about that tick rate. Just like in general,
just kind ticks?
Of destroy. Yeah, ticks, just destroying parkour. Like
ticks are
not only that. Like, okay, Jumpcraft is like, yeah.
Parkour was a mistake created. It wasn't even like there was movement in Minecraft, and then the people made parkour. It was a mistake. It wasn't created for this like parkour. It was created as a way to move in Minecraft, and then people made it into parkour.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why the tick system and like the X and Z facing and all this stuff is messed up about Minecraft parkour.
Yeah,
But it's
it's
literally
funny
because it wasn't supposed to be a game mode in the first place.
exactly. Like when you look at when I remember when I was watching you, like you turned on like the visualization of the hitbox of like your player and the thing, and like when you watch a player do it, it becomes so obvious how like ruined the game is because you just have like this perfectly square
A
body
block
that's trying to make it around
another block.
Yeah, it's like you have to take these absurdly large arcs in certain jumps just because the way that
You
like
just have
can't
to turn like logarithmically perfect in order to make some
Exactly.
jumps, like the butterfly Neo, which also, spoiler alert, not really a spoiler though. Top 10 hardest jumps 2 is coming out soon, so get hype. It's gonna be
Hell
great.
yeah.
It's gonna be great. But ticks, like when you slow down the game to like, let's say 1/20th of the speed, you can just
Mhm.
see like it makes sense the way that they coded it, but when you can see how the game actually works, like at a slow level, like CS:GO is all about like CS:GO strafing is like pixels and like frames. This is literally like every 20th of a second, you're allowed you move a certain distance based on your previous velocity in the previous tick. So
Yeah.
like,
But I also think, okay, this kind of ruins like rank ups. The way, okay, I think the way that parkour is made, if we change the framework around which we like built parkour, it could become like really, I think, interesting. Because you know how like on World Parkour Maker, or like people who like write down like, or just, I don't know, people like you and like really high tier players who like come up with the absolute maximum jumps
Yeah.
and like having to come up with momentum. That's kind of cool. And like I don't think you could do that with such precision on other games that require such like exact inputs. Whereas like you can have setups and any person at home can just like go do the 5 block
that's kind
jump
of like what we
because
were
you have a
talking
setup.
about before, like with the with the appealing to the autism, like everything's blocks, everything's ticks. You can understand it, but that doesn't make it any better. It's so bad.
Yeah, it doesn't make gaming good, but it makes like the understanding the engine as a player and trying to like expose how the game works.
And when you
through
know how
just
the
parkour,
game
it's
works,
interesting.
it just kind of makes it like it makes you want to get to the possible maximum of like
Yeah.
skill that you can have. Like this, let's say that we know the butterfly Neo is possible. Like when you jump around a pane, it's like let's say that actually like you can do it like around a fence or something. People want to achieve that. They want to achieve the next best thing, and they're always going to want to do that until we just like actually do a freaking quad Neo.
And I feel like if we keep going, at some point the quad Neo will be possible without blip, of course. But also like I feel like Speed 2 doesn't even count really.
Yeah, Speed 2. Can we talk about Speed 2?
Jumpcraft normalized it. Yeah, let's talk about Speed 2.
Jumpcraft is the only server now that uses Speed 2, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, like every other server has agreed that Speed 2 is awful. Having to grind for money in order to beat a rank up is awful.
The particles are awful. The freaking the engine, the fact that you run faster with Speed 2 than jumping is awful.
Yeah. It feels so bad. And it also like you don't like for the lower rank people, it's like okay, I beat rank up 1 with Speed 2. It's like it ruins the whole rank up idea too.
Yeah. It really does.
But then you do get interesting things like rank up IX being possible, the entire thing without Speed 2, which took like a long time to prove.
Block.
Yeah, of course. But like technically if the 5 block had better momentum, it would be possible.
Oh yeah.
So technically the entire thing is comprised of jumps that are possible without it.
Man, Jumpcraft it was fun back in the day, but now I just realize how cancer it was.
Yeah, it does really just appeal to like
kids.
I think when you have a lot of time on your hands and you really do not have anyone that is impressed by your real life skills, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go on Minecraft and I'm gonna get good at
kids
this.
especially because they want attention and they want like they want to feel good about themselves and they can't get that except by playing something that people think they're good at.
That's another long issue stemming from like the same idea. you had all these kids who would want to like make their own servers just because they want to be popular. They wouldn't make like good parkour. They wouldn't have a new idea. They
Merlin.
just yeah, they just wanted to be popular, so they would just. I don't know. Actually, no. The first Wizard PK was actually pretty good.
It was.
The second one was too.
It was because it was like the first alternative to Jumpcraft, and I can respect it for that, honestly.
And it did have good builders. Like they actually had decent people working on it.
Yeah.
And they weren't long rank ups either. They were nice, short.
Short,
not
sweet,
all of them had
and to
Sky.
the point.
Yeah.
Man, good times.
Yeah, those were good times. 2016. And then everything went down in 2017. I don't know. But I mean it could be turned around cuz like okay.
It can. Jump
Last
legends.
topic here. I think in order to fix like okay, memorizing coordinates and certain jumps, how to do them. Obviously, it requires some skill, but it also requires mostly just like grind and practicing those specific like jumps and timings.
Yeah,
and
because
hoping
of the
you get
way that
lucky.
ticks work, like you can have visualizations, but if you have to do a timing within like about four ticks, it's literally luck based. Unless you like jump beforehand, which not many people do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of harder to do anyway. Like.
Yeah. I mean, players have found like the workaround, kind of like the.
Yeah, we keep trying to find the workaround, but the ultimate answer is that it's just a shitty game.
Exactly. Except, okay, but the way to fix it, a way to fix the difficulty, is to make it so like jumps with turning in them. You know, like you can't do like a triple without skill. Like there's no way because you have to keep turning your mouse and you have to.
Yeah.
But it also is kind of luck because you have to land and turn within the same tick or whatever.
Turning mixed with ticks is actually cancer. Like a head hitter 4 block that has like that's like blocked in between. It was in my tick video. Jumps like those are like so luck based. Like dude, not like even though timings are luck based, when you mix it with timing, when you mix both of those with like bad ticks, it's actually cancer.
But you're kind of turning to the side that I was on before, because I remember I made a meme about like turn tick and trying to make that a thing.
Oh yeah.
in the middle of 2018 or whatever, and you were like, no, it's not real. But guess what? It's real. It's real, and it makes the game suck.
It does.
Exactly.
It's like grinding. I mean, there are visual cues, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's the argument. It's like every video game has these problems with input, and like there are certain discrepancies. Even in real life, like if you go bowling or something,
that's almost what makes the game hard in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that is the difference. Is like the only thing that makes it difficult in Minecraft.
When you have
games to such a point.
When you have games that are like pure skill, then you just like Overwatch. You have to have a lot of skill to get good at.
Mm-hmm.
And like Smash Bros, stuff like that, and then you have Minecraft where you just have to grind stuff out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where people go when they aren't good at the game.
When they don't have any skill, they just come to Minecraft parkour and just
and that's where they get their ego boost from.
Pretend they have skill at something.
Yeah, not to say that any of my viewers don't have skills. Obviously, your god tier players, feel good about yourself, GG.
But just because you downloaded Uberliter's map for the 5 block and made the jump doesn't mean you're a good
make
player.
You good.
Yeah.
Alright.
So if you take anything away from this video, just know you're a bad player.
Well, this has been a great time, honestly.
Kind of cringe.
Cringe, but, you know, yeah.
We'll upload it anyway.
Alright. Peace out.
Alright, see ya, boys.